Bucky's Basement. Bucky's Basement.
Welcome to another episode of Bucky's Basement. I'm Bucky, and as always, in the basement with me today is Old Boy.
What's happening?
And Juicebox.
What's happening?
And we are back to break up with something else. We have had fun on the first two episodes of our series entitled Breakup Letters. Old Boy broke up with his...
Star Wars.
You couldn't even let me get into it.
I'm ccut right to the chase.
You're salty. You're salty. You're still heartbroken right there. I broke up with Nashville's favorite adopted son and musician, Jack White, and I can honestly say we're still broken up, and I have no remorse or feelings or anything.
I think that's our highest listened to episode.
Is it so far?
Prediction
so far, and most of those listens came from Jack White, I think.
Yep.
Okay, fair enough. Is he writing letters about us right now?
Songs.
He's going to break up with Bucky's basement
On a ukulele.
Yep. Well,
and Bucky's going to be right there to buy it.
That's right.
Since we first created this idea, we all came with some subjects for breakup letters. And I remember we were brainstorming this, months ago about what we were going to do for the series. Old Boy did say Star Wars.
Yeah,
I didn't know what I had. And I remember Juicebox saying what he wanted to break up with, which he gets to today. And I am so excited for this. So I'm going to go ahead and let him tell you, because we're about to dive into something that is personal to probably every one of our listeners out there. And about
us too. Yeah.
Probably
about 600 billion Big Macs later.
Yeah, everybody but Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah, this is not about Goop.
not about Goop.
I'm not breaking up with Goop.
Don't worry.
All right. Picture this. It was the early 80s. Reagan was in the White House, hair metal was on the radio, and cocaine was in your nose. Everything was go, 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 faster, faster, faster. Well, everything except for the cars. They got kind of shitty and uglier in the 80s.
I had an 86 Toyota Cressida. It was awful.
Yeah. I blame that on the cocaine. But it was in this environment that I was introduced to her. And she's been a huge part of my life for over 40 years since. Growing up, my grandparents lived one street over from us, so me and my brother spent a lot of time at their house. And if there's one thing my grandmother loved, besides her grandkids, I hope, it was McDonald's. And we always knew if we went to go run an errand with Gran, you were going to get a Happy Meal. It was the
Hell
treat.
Yeah.
And the thing about it was, you always got the Happy Meal, and she got a Happy Meal too. And it come to find out, she was collecting all the toys. She just had, when she passed away, under her bed were boxes and boxes of McDonald's toys.
Holy
it was
shit.
Wild.
Can I stop you for just a second? Because that might explain what my grandmother used to do. She would also get Happy Meals, but she would tell me that it was because the food was smaller and she chewed slower, that she didn't need as much food. So a Happy Meal sufficed.
Okay.
And I never understood it.
Yeah, she could have just bought the same things and it would have been cheaper probably.
Probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, she wanted
got
that
a
toy. I think she thought that they were going to be worth something someday. And I also think she was probably a little bit of a hoarder. She was always saying that this stuff was going to be for the garage sale. That was never, ever going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
this podcast isn't about my Gran, not this time around. Just
not breaking up with Gran.
Not breaking up with Gran, rest her soul. This episode is about breaking up with you. Fast food.
Yeah.
I'm already salty about this.
Man.
Yeah, because you eat too much fast food.
Yeah, dude.
Well, let's talk about it.
Yeah,
go on. Let's
Yep.
hear this letter.
So fast food has been one of the most consistent things in my life. No matter where I've been, where I live, what I'm doing, I can always go to McDonald's, get fries and a Coke, and it will taste more or less the same as it did when I was a kid.
That's right.
And there's comfort in that. Even when it's disgusting, it still tastes like nostalgia.
Yeah.
But it's time for me to break out of this comfort zone and move on from this processed shit that's probably rotting out my insides.
There's a lot of other things that are too.
Yeah, well, I can only break up with one thing at a time, Bucky. But fast food is not just one entity. It's a multi-headed hydra of salt and cholesterol. So I'm going to take it down one head at a time. I'll start with the smaller, easier ones and work my way up to the hardest head to take down on the beast.
Hell yeah.
This is an interactive episode of Breakup Letters, which I'm excited about.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like we're Eskimo brothers with this one.
Yeah.
So,
So fucking gross.
so the whole world is virtually.
Everybody, yeah.
Because I've read through this list and I'm excited about it. That was pretty much was you're breaking up right there, and now we're going to break up with each one of them individually.
Yeah, because I think fast food is not just one restaurant; it's all restaurants. It's all fast food restaurants. Which I kind of want to.
Everything's Taco Bell.
No,
not yet.
But he's right. It is. It's like a multi-headed monster, and you got to do one at a time, man. And they're
fair enough
to get to the heart of it.
So, and I got to get your opinion on some things as we're going through this. You can help me figure out what I can and cannot eat, maybe.
Okay, you're asking us.
Yeah. I'm getting your opinion.
Yeah.
So let's start off with Captain D's, and I'm going to group Long John Silver's in with this also because they're both like fried fish places. Right. I think you probably group in Long John Silver's with like A&W or something at this point because they have a bunch of they used to have a bunch of combos, but I didn't even put A&W on my list because it's not even in my brain.
Same.
We didn't have that.
Yeah.
I have a memory of my other grandmother, not grand, but my other grandmother liking Long John Silver's and eating it at her house a lot. I also remember my grandmother dying from a stroke, so that might have something to do with not wanting to eat Long John Silver's.
You cannot link those to. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah,
I thought you said she had the stroke because of Long John Silver's.
No.
But
It's just association.
Okay, I get you.
I'm just saying she had a stroke because she ate so poorly her entire life. So Long John Silver's didn't help.
Fuck Long John Silver.
I ate at Captain D's a couple times. There was one like kind of close to us when I was a kid. Did you guys ever eat at Captain D's?
I mean, not really.
I did, and that was like a thing, like a weekly thing for a while because they had like this kids clean plate club thing, and I want to say that there was something like you got your meal 50% off if your kid cleaned his plate, and he also got like a sucker or something like that. So I would like specifically go there, and my parents would encourage me to clean my plate, which was another like motivation for eating.
Yeah, well, okay, it's gross. The place is gross. And my only story with this one is when I lived in college, behind my house was a Mexican restaurant, a Long John Silver's, and a Ponderosa. So depending on which way the wind was blowing, that's what you smelled. And dude, when it smelled like Long John Silver's, it fucking sucked.
Oh yeah,
it was terrible.
It's just like a fried smell.
Yeah, a fish fried. Yeah,
I don't know. There was a Long John Silver's that was like in our shopping center that was up this like kind of close to us that we would ride our bikes to. And I do remember as a kid, you could go in there and buy like a little cup of like the crispy things, but it was just like the fried dough that was like left over or whatever. It wasn't gristle. It was like the batter that was like fried or whatever. You could buy that for like 50 cents. So we would like buy those and like ride around on our bikes eating like fried dough.
I did not know that was a thing.
It was at the Long John Silver's that was close to our house. I don't know. But all that said, that nostalgia is not saving it. This one's easy to let go.
Yeah.
You know what I remember about Long John Silver's as a fast food restaurant is the fact that I think the longest wait happened at a fried fish restaurant, right? So other fast food restaurants you could go in, order. It's up there pretty quick on the counter, right?
Oh, yeah.
They had benches at Long John Silver's and Captain D's for you to sit in.
That's a good
They did not have that at other fast food restaurants.
I didn't think about that.
Did it feel like Captain D's was like trying to be slightly higher class than Long John Silver's or no?
So.
Like if I don't, for some reason, that's like how it stands out in my brain is it was like nicer than Long John Silver's, but I don't know if it was just the locations I went to.
They were also marketing towards this because we were all like 80s kids, and like Long John Silver's and Captain D's in the 80s was like total shipwreck. Like, I mean, they like leaned into the ocean thing and the, catching these fish, and that shit was, there were like wood cutouts of like, old ship steering wheels and shit in there.
Yeah.
I think it went way downhill.
You could.
I mean, the one down the street from our house doesn't even have a sign at the road, and it doesn't even look like it's open. But apparently, it has been since we've lived here.
A Long John Silver's.
Yeah. Yeah, it's either that or Captain D's. They don't have a sign on the road, so I don't know. It just looks like a fish restaurant in there.
Anyway, like I said, easy to let that one go. All right, so next on my list is Bojangles. How do you guys feel about Bojangles?
Dude, my wife really likes Bojangles, which I mean, I don't think anything of it really. That's my only story.
From my experience, the people that like it fucking love it. And it's like hardcore. They like it, and they'll like tell you how much they love it. Yeah. And then it's like I've had it a couple times, and I was just like, it's just all right.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah,
like
it's chicken.
Yeah, it was chicken. That they have like a decent breakfast biscuit, I guess, but
yeah,
it's not the best breakfast.
You talk about breakfast fast food more than anybody that I know.
Yeah, well, I'm a connoisseur of it, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, Bojangles, not going to be missed.
Yeah. I mean,
I think there's one close by, right? There's one up in Madison.
Yeah, where the Hardee's was. And I think, I just don't go to chicken places enough anyway. So
I've just been
it's
staying
easy
quiet.
for me to let go.
So I want to come back to that.
You big on Bojangles over there?
No, I've just been staying quiet because I eat at that exact one you guys just described at least once a week.
Really?
Okay. Well, then
so what do you get?
Then speak up.
I just get 3 spicy chicken strips and like mashed potatoes and gravy. They've got an incredible biscuit, and their ranch sauce is house made and delicious. Best ranch. I'm gonna shout out Bojangles for best ranch.
Well, good. Yeah, that's what we're here doing.
Yeah. I did not know all that. It's hard to go bad or hard to go wrong with fresh ranch.
Like you're coming at this breakup letter is solely for you because I'm going to try to talk you out of every single one of these.
I don't know, man. I mean, I know this is Juicebox. It's his breakup, but man, I feel like I've already broken up with most of these anyway. So I'm
Fair
like,
enough.
You know what? I may make the jump myself and only eat it when I'm watching Star Wars.
That's okay. You do remember.
You have a total breakdown.
Yeah.
You do remember that when he started this, he said he's going to work with the easy ones and build up to the hard ones,
I understand.
right? I guarantee you when we get to the hardest one, that there is no way in hell you're breaking up with that.
Let's talk about it.
All right.
Let's keep going. All right, so I got Subway on my list. Is Subway considered fast food? It feels like it is, right?
See, I don't know. Like, then you have to lump in what? Jimmy John's and what's the other one that makes the big cheesesteaks? Jersey Mike's and like,
dude, Jersey Mike's feels like it's good food at least, but like
because
Subway,
they cut it in front of you. They don't just ship it in already cut.
Exactly.
I feel like Jersey Mike's is better than Subway, but I guess if Subway is considered fast food, then Jersey Mike's is and Jimmy John's too.
Yeah.
Penn Station. Okay. All
Penn
right.
Station.
But Juicebox made a point on his letter about it having the most sub-degraded like ingredients. It's terrible.
Read why you're breaking up with Subway.
I haven't eaten fresh in a long time, and I'm thankful for that.
Plug.
Yeah. Subway always felt like it had the lowest quality ingredients, and their meat smells like farts.
See, I've always said it smells like a yeast infection.
I mean, that's their bread, right?
Yeah.
Their bread smells like yeast infection,
gross.
And their meat smells like farts. There's nothing good about that.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I liked the meatball sub, but I mean, I was a kid.
Yeah.
Every kid, I love the meatball sub when I was a kid.
Something about being a kid and eating a meatball on a sandwich, just I don't know.
Yeah, it was cool.
I had to visit my dad every other weekend growing up when I was like maybe 6 years old, right? Owensboro, Kentucky, this nowhere town in Kentucky, got a Subway. And it was like brick, and it was like super 80s Subway. Yeah. And like the line was down the street to get into this Subway, and we waited forever. And I thought it was the greatest thing in the history of mankind when I was a kid. When I was like 6 or 7. I still go, past my dad's old house when I'm visiting up there, and I think that's like a Chase Bank or something at this point. But I still see that. I'm like, I was there when that Subway opened.
Man.
Was Jared there for the grand opening?
I don't even know if he was born yet. Or maybe I guess he was. He's
probably
like
sure
10 years old.
Jared from Subway?
Yeah, dude, man. This was like 1988.
Y'all want to hear something gross? I get tuna at Subway. How bad
Oh
is
my
that?
God.
That's
Right?
bad.
That's bad, right? All right, sorry.
Yeah, do you want me to cut that out?
Yep.
No,
Please.
keep it in.
Nope.
Dude, a Subway
gone.
melt when they introduced like being able to toast your subs. Are you kidding me? They used to just be cold sandwiches.
Yeah.
The chips that they've carried there are always top notch.
He's really trying to talk you back.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The chips are just regular chips.
They're not. They're the first place to have those Lay's like
Sun chips?
super thin chips.
No.
And their Sun Chip, Harvest
Fuck,
Cheddars.
Sun chips can fuck off.
Dude, Subway's Dr Pepper rivals a McDonald's Coke.
You're fucking smoking.
I'm not smoking.
That's
that.
an interesting theory.
It is. They have 6 different
Subway
kinds of.
Dr. Pepper rivals McDonald's Coke. You fucking high.
Try it out.
All right.
I'll take you there tomorrow.
No, I'll break it up.
We'll meet at Subway.
All right.
So let me just jump back into this for a second to interrupt you
They have
guys.
6
Yeah,
different
Keep-
kinds
keep
of like
moving.
bread you can choose from.
Yeah,
all
but
the
they're-
same.
Yeah, they're all
No
kind
other
of the
place
same.
has that. They have white and wheat, and that's it.
Do you own a franchise or something
don't.
that we don't know about?
I'm just.
I
Is
know-
it Brick and in
this-
Owensboro?
This is not the one I thought you were going to stand for the hardest. I did not think it was
Oh,
going to be
we
Subway.
hadn't even got started yet.
No, I know, but I didn't think it was going to be Subway. So we got to lump Jimmy John's in with this also.
Sure.
Is what you guys are saying.
Yeah.
I ate there today.
It's tough, man. They
That,
deliver.
that is tough because there's one that's close to my work, and I'll eat there like, I don't know, once every couple weeks. Like, I don't eat there often because I don't really like that very much either. But, man, it's
don't
so
either, but-
easy and it's so
yeah.
fast sometimes if you didn't bring lunch.
It's like freaky fast.
Look, I'm on your side. I think we should remove sandwich restaurants from fast food.
Delis?
Well, yeah, they could be their own.
Well, we'll
Man, then
remove
that's-
real
Snitch.
delis.
Yeah,
then,
then
but
like
not
what
Subway.
is we're gonna get into a debate on what even constitutes fast food. Then does it have to have a drive-through?
But Subway's.
I
Jimmy
did-
John's has a drive-through where
I
we
did
live.
make a
lot of them-
note that if it has a drive-through, it's fast food, right?
Okay,
If it doesn't, it's not.
But not all Subways have a drive-through. Not all Jimmy John's have
Okay.
a drive-through. Not all.
Let's move on.
yeah, we're getting way too jammed up on Subway.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Eat fresh.
All right.
All right, next on my list is Burger King. So for them, this is another kind of easy breakup. Bucky, you're gonna hate me on this one
Oh, boy,
because you
look at
love
me.
it so much.
No.
All right.
Go,
It's easy?
go. I want to hear your breakup.
No,
Yeah,
I ate Burger King a couple months ago for the first time in a long time, and it was gross. I had a chicken sandwich, and it was like rubbery, and the fries were terrible, and I was just like, I felt so disappointed because it was also like an $11 value meal or something like that. I don't know why I call it a value meal. It's $11.
Fast
$11
food's
combo.
expensive.
Yeah, what the fuck happened? Like, when did that happen? Anyway, Burger King is easy for me to dump because I don't know. I don't really have fond memories of Burger King.
Yeah, I didn't grow up at Burger King either until like high school. A buddy of mine was like, "Dude, Burger King's a shit," and I was like, "Really?" So I ate there. He introduced me to the croissant sandwich, and I was like, "All right." I was like, "Croissant sandwich, man, that's kind of cool." And then you know, I kind of like Whoppers and stuff. But I don't know. A year or two ago, I got like somebody served me at a Burger King like a 2-week-old croissant sandwich, and I was like, I can never do that again.
Yeah.
it was that bad. So
See,
I'm
that's
out.
bad. I mean, breakfast is the one thing that's always like kind of universal. Like it's decent at almost all these places until they fuck it up.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I mean, I've got
Yeah.
nothing to say. Look, here's the deal with Burger King. Besides, like maybe the first people to invent chicken fries as a fast food restaurant, they
I mean,
have
miniature chicken fingers.
yes, that's it.
yeah.
But they're
No, I know what they are.
okay. Fair enough. Burger King has the I'm
Whopper?
gonna say top 3 fast food like burgers or sandwiches that I've ever had in my life.
I do like a Whopper, man. I mean, a Whopper's great.
I will only go to Burger King and order one item. I won't even order a Coke because I don't like their ice.
Shit, I know what it is.
I won't-
know what it is. What is it?
It's a rodeo cheeseburger,
damn.
right? So
A
these
rodeo.
guys are fucking geniuses for creating a cheeseburger with the little sesame
Yep.
seeds on top of the bun, putting 3 miniature onion rings and some barbecue sauce and wrapping that up and delivering it to you. To me, I still eat this at least once every 2 to 3 weeks, I will get 2 rodeo cheeseburgers because they're little ones, right?
They make junior.
No. They're like it's like a McDonald's hamburger. They're not that big.
You fit 3 onion rings and it's not that big.
They're miniature, right? So they're about that size. They're perfect delicacy. But I would put top 3, and people know this about me, the rodeo cheeseburger at Burger King. That's all I've got on them. I'm fine with breaking up with everything else.
Okay.
So
how's their Sprite? Is their Sprite like?
I don't know. I don't order it.
Okay.
Because their ice is fucked up.
They got big ice.
So, okay. So it's just the way they do it? Is it, I mean, you could put barbecue sauce on a burger at your house, right? Like,
Sure. It wouldn't taste the same.
It's because they inject it with their Burger King flavor.
Right. One thing I will give it to Burger King is like it has the best smell when you drive by it. They are like pumping out that flame broiled smell, and it's like, man, it doesn't. I don't know.
You kind of work.
It doesn't smell natural, but
so it gets a top rating for smell. Exterior whiff.
Yeah, beating the hell out of that Long John Silver's.
yeah. All right. So next on my list is Hardee's. I got some hardcore nostalgia for Hardee's for a couple reasons. When I was a kid, I have this vivid memory of going to Hardee's at like 6 a.m. and getting biscuits and gravy with my dad before we went grocery shopping, like on Sunday. We did that a couple of times, and it was like a special little trip. I can't even remember why my dad was grocery shopping for us those times or whatever, but it was like awesome. It felt like our own little adventure. So like I always have that in my head. I always will think fondly about Hardee's breakfast because of that. The flip side of that same exact Hardee's was open 24 hours a day. And when I was in high school and maybe like early 20s, there was an arcade called Kentucky Arcade right there next to it that was open 24 hours also. So we would go there, like stay super late night and then get some shitty Hardee's and like go back home. And I would like climb it. Half the time I'd like climb back into my window and sneak back into my house. So for those 2 reasons, Hardee's has a special place in my heart.
Fair enough.
That being said, I haven't eaten there in probably 5 years, and when the last time that I did eat there, I don't have a very fond memory of it.
Right. Yeah. I don't know when Hardee's dropped off the map for me either. This will be an easy breakup for me, I think, too. But I do remember the first time I had a Frisco sandwich. I think I went up a belt size, and then. When I was in high school, man, a buddy of mine worked there, and he gave us free tickets. This is when they served boxes of chicken. So, dude, in high school, dude, I'd go get a box of chicken a week, dude. Like, I robbed Hardee's.
How was their chicken?
It was, I was high.
Hardee's kind of went from this.
So it was delicious.
It was awesome.
It went from this weird place from like the late 80s and early 90s where they were serving like normal sized menu items to when we were in high school or going slightly into college, they just like mega sized everything. Yeah. And it was just like you couldn't go to Hardee's without, everything you ordered was a pound. And, it just looked big and maybe that was their thing and they were going for something. I remember when I was a kid, the only thing I liked from Hardee's was their like cinnamon raisin biscuit, and it was like drizzled with the shit you put on cinnamon rolls and stuff.
Icing.
Thank you. Icing.
Took me a minute.
Yes. My grandmother used to take me there. The other thing that I remember about Hardee's is Russ Wheeler drove it in Days of Thunder, the classic Tom Cruise NASCAR movie.
Yeah.
And like he was the bad guy. He was Carrie Ells.
Right.
And he was the bad guy in Days of Thunder. And that Hardee's car, man, dude.
Old logo.
I think I ate at fucking Hardee's because of this NASCAR.
You like that dude.
I did. Yeah. I had the Hardee's car. You went to Hardee's. My grandmother took me there once because like if you ordered something, you got one of those cars, like a die-cast metal car. That was the coolest shit ever.
Damn. All right.
But no, every menu I haven't eaten in Hardee's. It's in the 2000s.
It's been a while.
All right, let's move on. Next up is Arby's. And this should have been way lower on the list, honestly, because I was even surprised to find out that there's an Arby's in our neighborhood, apparently. And old boy has eaten there recently.
Saturday. I ate there Saturday.
The one up on Gallatin Road?
Yeah, by the bookstore.
Did they have the meats?
They've gone.
They had some meats.
They've all gone bad.
Yeah, it's not good, dude. It wasn't good. It like I got to Juicebox's house later that day, and I was like, I feel bad. Like it was terrible. And dude, it's expensive. It's just bread and meat. And I'm like,
Arby's introduced me to what a French dip was.
okay, all right.
And
So you're
I'm
sophisticated. through
forever
Arby's.
appreciative of that.
Okay.
So
that's
do
cool.
you still get a French dip at Arby's?
I have within the last year, yeah.
What do you call the sauce that comes with?
Why?
I just want to see if you know how to pronounce it.
Au jus?
All right.
Au jus? Is that it?
I'm not saying.
Sounds right.
I'm not saying. I got an Arby's story real quick.
Yeah.
I ate Arby's and got sick in college once and threw up so hard I threw up blood. Like
No,
the
it was just the
capillaries in my
sauce,
throat-
dude.
No,
It was
it
just
was
the
not
Arby's
the sauce.
sauce.
It
Looked
was
like
not the sauce.
blood.
No, it was not the Arby's sauce. Because I got like some other different. I was like, I tried some different sandwich other than the roast beef. Anyway, I got sick, threw up so hard it was like blood shot out of my mouth.
And
That
you ate
wasn't the-
there again.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
the Goldschlager, man.
Yeah,
It
no,
cut,
it
those
could've
little gold
been-
leaves cut your stomach.
So the next on my list is Backyard Burger. How do you guys feel about Backyard
It
Burger?
was too fancy for us. We couldn't eat there. Like my mom wouldn't even take us there because
Really?
it just like seemed like that brand new fast food fancy restaurant.
I've got zero complaints with Backyard Burger, but it was also like inaccessible. I just was never there.
We had one in like all of
Donaldson,
Nashville.
maybe.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was an afterthought. We never.
There was one when I was like living close to campus in Lexington. There was one that opened up. God, I can't even remember. Like early 2000s or something. But it was like a mile away from my house. So I ate there a lot.
Hell yeah.
Because it was the shit. Like the burgers were like way better than like other
Just-
fast food
you're right.
burgers.
Yeah.
You could get like a legit baked potato there that seemed like it had actually been baked in an oven, not just like thrown in a microwave for, 35 minutes to just turn it into a shriveled up mess.
Yeah.
Wendy's.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
Exactly.
Easy there.
Hey, I'm just saying Wendy's has shitty baked potatoes. I mean, sometimes they're all right, but most times that just seems like it was thrown in the microwave. But anyway, so I always liked Backyard Burger, but apparently all Backyard Burgers are closed down.
I hadn't seen one in years.
There was one in Brentwood close to my work, and it closed down like 2 years ago. Then there was one out in Cool Springs that also closed down.
Damn shame.
They
So-
were only drive-through, right?
No, you could go inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I never went there.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess they broke up with me before I could break up with them. So next on my list is Zaxby's.
This is where it's going to get tough.
I think Zaxby's is like a quality fast food joint.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I've
I
always
agree.
had, it's for the most part, I've always had a good food there. It's never cold. It feels like it's fresh.
True.
They have salads.
They have salads. They had that spicy chicken sandwich that rivals Wendy's, which I think is one of the best spicy chicken sandwiches out there.
Fries
Hands
are dope.
down, no
That
doubt.
Zax sauce is dope.
Zax sauce is, yep.
It's all good.
They got spicy Zax sauce, which is
Yeah.
good. Like everything there is solid. Plus, like for some reason, I've gotten into this habit of every time we have a video shoot at work, like that's out at a store, or out in the field somewhere. Afterwards, if there's a Zaxby's nearby, like I have to eat there. It's just like
Yeah.
it's like this routine.
It's a
now.
routine. Yeah, I get it.
So it's going to be hard to give up that routine, but I think I will try to do it for the listenership and for you guys.
Yeah. It's going to be tough.
See, I'm going to say fries are meh. The bread, incredible. The Texas toast,
Yep.
really good. I always get a big Zack snack with tongue torch, and they always ask me the same thing because used to you didn't have to answer this question, but now they say, do you want it tossed in tongue torch, or do you want the tongue torch sauce? So they created, it got so
okay.
good. I guess the tongue torch. I mean, it's like, yeah, it's tossed in tongue torch. Give me the side of the ranch. I gotta have the ranch.
Okay.
Salads are good. Everything else.
Solid. I mean, it's always been solid. There's not one really close to me. The closest one's Hendersonville, so it doesn't affect
No,
me.
we have
but-
one in Rivergate, dude.
Yeah.
Do we? Where?
Like out there
Right
by
next-
Walmart.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you guys are listening from another country or like LA,
Zimbabwe.
we just told you, our
All
surroundings.
Irish
Yeah.
The
listeners.
Zaxby's by Walmart up the street.
Yeah. So now you know exactly where we're at.
Yeah, any
Another
town,
country,
USA.
yeah. All
So-
the Swedes listening in.
So let's stick with chicken and go to Chick-fil-A.
Mm.
What's your guys' honest opinion on Chick-fil-A?
They think they invented we talked about this. My honest opinion is it's meh. And they act like they invented chicken, but I think the real draw is their service.
That's absolutely it. I wrote down something very similar to that in my breakup letter because it's like the chicken is just all right. I was eating there the other day with after eating there a million times, like I was there with my coworkers and we're sitting there and I'm just like eating a grilled chicken sandwich and I'm like, what is special about this?
Yep.
It's grilled. It's not fried.
Well, right. Well, I'm saying even if you get the fried chicken sandwich, it's still just
delicious.
What's
It's
so
okay.
special about it? It's
okay.
not even that. It's not even that great. I don't know. I don't get what's so great about it. Besides like what Old Boy said, it's the service that you get at the place.
Dude,
It's so much more than that, though, right? Chick-fil-A was the first place to have like those little ketchup containers that are like sideways that you can peel off.
Wendy's had those.
Did they?
They had them early in Lexington.
You're right.
They had Chick-fil-A had the little tiny mini bottles of hot sauce. They had they just stepped up their condiment game.
Oh,
they stepped up their cleanliness. They figured out the fucking drive-through thing.
Sure, but none of that has
out.
none of that you're talking about has anything to do with chicken.
They have incredible peach
and maybe
shakes
that's it.
during
maybe
peach season.
maybe they're like, we can't really compete chicken to chicken, so they're like, we'll do everything else better. Maybe. I mean, their fries are okay.
No, their fries aren't good. Those waffle fry, half of the time they're not even like all the way cooked.
True.
Or they're like overcooked. They fucking suck.
I think that spicy chicken sandwich with pepper jack cheese. I mean, they had a bunch of different cheeses you could choose from. That shit was delicious, and it still is to this day. Everything else, you're right. I mean, it's okay, but it's a fun experience. I mean, and we got kids, man. They fucking love Chick-fil-A, and they don't even know why.
Yeah.
Just because what you guys just said, they have no idea why they grow up liking McDonald's. McDonald's probably, the toy and the Happy Meal. I get the idea there.
That's the
But Chick-fil-A. Every kid loves Chick-fil-A, and I can't figure out why, because they don't give out good toys in their Happy Meals. They've got the little play place, most of them.
Yeah.
We pull up and I see that line. I'm like, nope.
Yeah. But it goes so fast for how long it is. Because there's 35 high schoolers working there.
Last time I did go, they walked it out, and I was like 12th in line. They just walked it out to me. They're like,
But then you're like,
you old boy? I was like, yeah, it's me.
But then they're like, what are you supposed to do then? Because you're just stuck in the drive-thru with all those other people in front of you. So anyway, Chick-fil-A, it'll be tough. The other thing that's tough about Chick-fil-A is it's the thing that's catered at work all the time now.
Yeah.
If there's a lunch there's always Chick-fil-A. For breakfast.
Yeah.
Those little biscuit mini things
The dough and wet fried chicken.
Yeah. Wet chicken and dough. Yeah. Sounds delicious.
Yeah. It turns into concrete in your stomach.
It really is.
All right, so I'm gonna. I'm coming to some bigger heavy hitters, but one I'm gonna throw in real quick that should have been at the beginning was rallies / checkers. I guess it's checkers down here, not rallies. Right?
Yeah.
It's checkers.
Depends on what side of town you're on.
It's like rally. No, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's checkers and it's rallies, and it's go ahead.
That shit can get the fuck right out of here.
Yeah.
No. So I'm going to disagree with that because they had a lot of menu items growing up. They had the window you could walk up to, the little things you could sit outside. They had the best goddamn fries on the fucking planet.
Maybe
and
back in the
you
day.
can disagree. I don't care.
I will 100% fight you.
The pepper fries, it was like spices and stuff, dude.
A Big Buford
I could eat those fries, and that's the whole meal.
Is they had the Big Buford, right?
Yeah,
dude. We used to frequent it in high school,
They had chili dogs, man.
Yeah. It used to be good, but brother, if you're not
agreed
on the pipe, that shit, dude, it's coming, dude. It's not. It's
really?
Not good, man. Yeah, because I took my kid. I was like, you know what, man? I remember this place being good. We'll get a burger here, and I remember no.
See, to me, you say the fries were good. The fries just felt like they were just full of grease. You took a bite and it felt like it was a grease explosion in your mouth. Was. Even more so than any other fry. All fast food fries are greasy, but those were the worst greasy.
Yeah, dude, I took the kid this summer, or maybe it was last summer, and dude, it was terrible.
Okay,
it stained my shirt. Grease.
So do you remember? Here's another thing that was really fun about checkers / rallies. Do you guys remember they had two lines around each side of the building, right?
Yeah.
And one line was always longer than the other because it's the driver's side, and they were often loved going to the other side and ordering through the passenger window and then driving up and then trying to reach as far as I could across just to beat like the 3 other people on the other line.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It was like my favorite thing to do is like look down below, like underneath the window. Sorry,
Fast
that's
food.
that maybe that's another challenge of it. The reason I liked Checkers so much.
It's a fast food hack for you out there. Go through the passenger side. All right, so next let's jump into McDonald's.
All right, so you're going there to McDonald's, okay?
Yeah,
All
well,
right,
I should have put Rally's Checkers like way earlier, but
Sure,
it was like
yeah, I'm with
it was so not on my brain. I forgot to put it on my list earlier.
Is he crying?
Bucky went into the other room to cry about Rally's. All right, so McDonald's. Like I said in the intro, McDonald's was a staple of my childhood. Getting a Happy Meal was like the height of excitement for every
Big
kid.
time.
You know, not just for me, for anybody. Eating those salty fries with like in the combination with the Coke, the sweet Coke is just like crack, especially when you're a kid. It's
Hell
like
yeah.
there's so much sugar in that Coke and just the fries. I don't know.
It's You're hitting all the right notes.
Yeah. So that carried on for me like right into adulthood. Like I didn't slow down with McDonald's. I never thought it was gross. I was just like kept eating McDonald's full on into adulthoods. But recently, besides for breakfast, I have not been eating there. Like I can't. The last few times I've gotten fries and a Coke, they've been absolutely terrible. Like I don't know if the fries have changed again or something, or like if it's just people that work there just absolutely don't give a shit at all anymore.
It's probably a combination, but it doesn't even taste like food.
No, it really doesn't, and they're never cooked right. Like it's gotten gross. So McDonald's is like one that's going to be kind of tough because I said I still love their breakfast. Like a fucking McGriddle is like, I don't know what it is. A McGriddle is like crack. There's something about that like
I've never had a McGriddle.
Man, well, if
you call yourself a fan of fast
that's
food.
like pancakes on the outside of like a sausage,
yeah,
right?
and it is delicious.
They are good. I go with the burritos. I'm a burrito.
Burritos are solid.
Yeah.
I am a egg and cheese biscuit guy, and I'll eat like
delicious.
2 of those. I mean, they're so good.
Right?
Dude,
Like
for the first 30 minutes, and then
No.
yes, and then
We have different metabolisms, my friend, or digestive systems.
Oh,
Because
we do.
They are
You have
delicious.
You have no hangover from McDonald's.
Completely fulfilling. Everything gets me excited to go
Get
about
your
my day.
No
Yeah,
shit. Like
yeah.
it ruins my day most cases.
It depends on for me. Like I don't go to McDonald's breakfast more or less because the lines are always too long. If I'm like on the way to work or something, I ain't got time to wait in fucking McDonald's breakfast line for 30 minutes because that is a line that is not going fast.
You're right.
Man, my kids are studying apples, or one of my kids is studying apples in his first grade class. So we were tasked as parents to bring in different apple type items, right? And I drew the day that was to bring in 19 apple pies from
I knew
McDonald's.
it.
So
I
I went to McDonald's that morning. I said, "Hey, you guys have 19 apple pies? I just want to make sure before I put in this order." And he goes, "Dude, we've got like 7 cases." And I'm like, "How many's in the case?" He's like, "I don't know, 100 or something." I was like, "God, y'all are just banging apple pies, right?" So I said I'll be back at 1:30, and I came back for those 19 apple pies, and I said, "Hey, man, can you throw just one more in there?" So I ate it on the way to my kid's class, and it's still good. Dude, it still fucking hits.
Yeah.
So
Dude, whatever that pastry filling that's in it is so good when it's heated up.
And back in the day, those fucking McDonald's cookies you could get,
I had that on my list.
Did you?
Yes,
like
I did.
they were like
little chocolate chip cookies, man.
No.
Grimace was on them or on the box.
that. I was talking about like the sugar cookies, or they were like animal cookies, but they were in McDonald's faces and shit, like butter cookies
like
or
Grimace.
whatever.
Yeah, there's those too. Yeah,
Huh,
you're right.
I forgot all about those.
Dude, they were the best fucking cookies I've ever eaten in my life.
Yeah.
I think the Girl Scouts stole their shit from like McDonald's.
Sounds like
with
a
the
Girl.
trefoils.
Sounds like something a Girl Scout would do. I don't know, man. I mean, McDonald's is a staple of, and it's even international. So it's like there are McDonald's in other countries, and they like. I think people look at it like, man, it's a novelty there too. In some cases, but like I remember one of my earliest memories when my kid brother was born. We went to the McDonald's in Vanderbilt Hospital. I distinctly remember getting a Happy Meal, and I got like a Transformer or something. And I mean, yeah, I could tell you lots of stories growing up and just going. So, but as an adult, I only go and get their breakfast occasionally.
Yeah.
So I've already pretty much broken up with the rest of it. So
Yeah, I'm not eating fucking dinner at McDonald's, and I rarely eat lunch McDonald's, and if I do, it's like the 2 cheeseburgers, ketchup only meal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ketchup only. All right.
Dude, that's a staple. I've been getting the 2 cheeseburger meal since I was like,
Forever.
10 years old or something.
Right.
When you outgrow the Happy Meal, you go to the 2 cheeseburger.
I never
meal.
did the McRib. Like I never, like all these specialty, the McFish or whatever it was.
It's called fish fillet.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And
Filet-O-fish.
Filet-O-fish. When I was a kid, I liked the Filet-O-fish. But
Did you?
I used to eat it too for a little while. I don't know. I mean, I think I've tried everything that's on McDonald's menu
You're right.
at least one time. I've tried the McRib. I didn't like go back to it multiple times, but I've definitely tried it.
I think I ate enough of the public school cafeteria McRib.
Yeah.
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 Like that shit, that mystery meat. I think it's just I think McRib, and I associate it with that. I can't do it. Sorry.
Like, why did they put it in like a rib shape? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
don't
Like, that
know.
makes it more appetizing for some reason. It's like, here's some ribs, and it's in a weird rib stamped out in a rib shape.
Yeah, you're not tricking me.
Anyway, let's move on to White Castle. So, I don't know how you guys are going to feel about this one because White Castle isn't very prominent down here, right?
No,
Like-
we had Crystals.
Yeah, we had Crystals.
Okay. So for me, White Castle is another place that was like high school, reminds me of high school. Like we would go there late night, get, in a certain mindset. You go there, you get a ton of White Castles for,
Like Harold and Kumar.
yeah, basically. Yeah, basically you were Harold and Kumar in high school. I became a vegetarian like in my late 20s, so that like kind of killed White Castle for me. Like I stopped going there obviously when I became a vegetarian, and then like when I was no longer a vegetarian,
You withdrew.
I never like went
You
back.
relapsed.
I never relapsed because I never went back to White Castle. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like I think I've maybe eaten there once in the past 20 years or something.
Dude, when I read your notes, I thought you were trying to say you became a vegetarian because of White Castle.
Oh, no.
And I was like, but you're not missing anything. I've had both.
Bullshit.
I mean, I think I can think about like what they taste like, and it's like the memory tastes good. I don't want to spoil that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why
Right.
I'm not going back. Also, like
would.
I just want to remember have
That's-
that
that's
memory of
fair.
what it tastes like.
That's fair. Like White Castles were sliders. I never went to Crystals and got sliders, right? Crystal to me was
Crystal Chick.
the Crystal Chick and the little Crystal Pups, like the chili pups, the mini fucking hot dogs. But do Crystal Chicks with cheese, the crinkle fries.
Terrible, dude.
I thought they were on point.
Dude, I ate at a Crystal sober in February, and it was terrible with 3 other adults
Man.
in one car.
Was it no other options of places to eat?
It was out of my control, and I had to eat there. And I didn't have to eat, but I did, and I was like, I'm gonna try it. How bad can it be? And it was that bad. So
I do have a Crystal story. When I was 15 years old, I was staying 14 or 15. I was staying over at my cousin's house, and my cousin's parents were out of town, and our grandmother was watching us, and the grandmother had been asleep forever. So we had this bright idea. We went down into the driveway. We literally popped a like 1987 minivan in neutral and pushed it all the way out of his driveway. Right, we had the keys, and we pushed it down the street and got in and turned this thing on, and we drove to Crystal. It was probably 3.5 miles away, and I want to say maybe we were 15. I had our permits, but I think it was more like 14. So anyway, we get to this Crystal, and there's a line, and we're like, we're cool. I mean, it's my cousin's
what's
driving,
happening? Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we're all right, and we pull around this line, and we order a ton of food. Right, I think we had like a $20 bill, and we ordered all $20 worth of it. Which in the 90s, that's a lot of food, right?
Yeah.
And we're so excited about this, and we pull up to the window, and we look, and the guy opens the window, and he's like, "Lance," and it was his fucking Little League baseball coach or something like that.
Wow.
and we were straight busted. But he was like the guy that was cool about it because obviously he's working a drive-through at Crystal,
Right?
And he was like, "Hey, go home
right.
and don't do this again."
Yeah. Yeah, we've all been
So we
there.
got busted, and we got
That's
that.
funny, man.
Not by our families though, which is the craziest part because we still popped that thing in neutral and killed the engine and rolled it
pushed
back down the driveway.
Awesome.
That's crazy, man.
And but did the grandmother be like, why does it smell like fucking onions up in this bitch?
We didn't. Well, I think we ate it in his treehouse.
Oh,
Like it
okay,
wasn't,
yeah. Yeah, that's so pungent.
We still knew how to cover partial tracks.
So anyway, White Castle, Crystal,
Same, yeah.
gonna be easy to break up
Same,
with.
yeah.
Let's move on to KFC. I fucking hate KFC. I think it's
I'm
the
with you.
worst fried chicken. It's the worst sides. Everything is terrible about it. Like, it's another one of those things that I've got nostalgia for because when I was in high school, the KFC close to us, like I think it was on like Tuesdays or something. It was like a random day they would have an all-you-could-eat buffet.
Yeah,
So
I think
it
I
was-
remember the buffet, but I don't. I
mean,
didn't go
Never
enough.
ate there. It's
Yeah,
garbage.
same. The only time I enjoy KFC is when like Bucky owes me a bucket from a bet.
Which never
Happens
actually
all
came.
the time,
No,
every
it
once in a year.
doesn't. Because why would you actually want KFC if you don't like it? It's
I don't know.
greasy fucking chicken. The mashed potatoes aren't
It's-
good. The green beans are soggy. Like, I mean, I could go on and
It's
on.
victory.
We
is
were
what-
Yeah.
forced to eat a lot of KFC growing up,
Really?
and it's just probably the one thing that I wasn't excited about.
That is true. Like, growing up, it was like the easy meal. I guess maybe there wasn't a lot of other options, but it was like the easy family meal to get. You
family
could go there for
meals.
$20. You could get a bucket of chicken and like a couple sides.
That's
and they
true.
were all, yeah, like you said, all gross. Even as a kid, I didn't like the mashed potatoes.
The mac
it's
Right,
like,
because if you've had home mashed potatoes, you
Yeah.
know that shit's junk.
The mac and cheese was like soup. It's like noodles
Yeah.
floating in the soup of
Yeah.
yellow.
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, easy breakup for me too.
Me too.
yeah, I mean, I haven't eaten there in probably 20 years almost anyway. So, yeah, easy
Yeah.
breakup. All right. So, this is where it's going to start getting tough. Let's talk about Wendy's. Wendy's is one of those places that's like I got respect for because they're always trying something different. They're like the menu is constantly changing with like they've got their staples, but they're always got like a new chicken sandwich or a new burger or something like that. 90% of the time, that burger or chicken sandwich involves some sort of cheese sauce, which I can always get on board with. I mean, come on.
Right.
We're talking about fast food here. In my opinion, they have the best fries right now in fast food because I think their fries stay warm. They're not soggy. They're like the perfect texture. But like all that is probably like a giant red flag for how bad they are for you. Like they're
Right,
probably
yeah.
so incredibly processed. Like, I mean, it's all processed,
Right.
but like these are probably just like, I don't even want to know.
They probably glow in the dark.
But you get some of those fries and you dip them in the ghost pepper sauce there, man, you got something going on.
Yeah, dude.
I'm not even bringing up the Frosties. The Frosties are the bomb.
Dude,
Like
yeah, I put Frosties down.
they have like coffee drinks that are like frosty, coffee
really?
drinks that are really delicious. They got, I mean, they got.
You really expand your palate at fast food restaurants, and I respect and appreciate that. I think I have the same fucking menu items I get at every one that I go to, and I never branch out.
Really?
But Juicebox is always telling me about these new items, and I'm like, man, that sounds interesting. And then I go there, and I end up getting, a spicy chicken sandwich with cheese only or something
I get into I become a creature of habit sometimes in fast food too, but it's like sometimes I've been burned enough with some new things that I'm like, yeah, I ain't going outside the box or bun or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've been burned on stuff
was
too,
bad.
but I don't know. I always got to try new things at places.
I mean, I think we like the chili at Wendy's, right?
Dude, I
Soulmates?
fucking love the
Chili,
chili,
dude.
at Wendy's.
Chili's dope.
Damn.
And
I
Frosties
think
with fries are dope.
Dipping the fries in the chili.
Same.
The sauce that they give you with the chili is like Wendy's specific
Yeah.
hot sauce you put in it. It's delicious. They fucking packs of crackers, man. Spicy chicken sandwich with pepper jack cheese. They've
Dude.
got junior bacon
Spicy nuggets.
cheeseburger. The junior bacon cheeseburger. classic.
Dude,
Although
yeah.
I have a complaint about Wendy's, their burgers are too small. They are inside the bun. They're not. They don't go all the way to the edge of the bun.
So
On the
you
smaller
complain,
ones.
so you
on the
complain
smaller
about
ones.
Hardee's being too big, and now you complain about Wendy's being too small.
But delicious, because you can get like their $5 menu item, like 5 items for $5. You
Yeah.
get, like they introduced spicy chicken nuggets about 10 years ago.
Dude, the nuggets are the bomb, dude.
When you were a kid, dude, when you won your baseball game at fucking Moss Wright Park in Goodlettsville, Tennessee, you went to fucking Wendy's, and it was the best treat in the world. Now, they had the worst, they still do, and will always have the worst kids' meal toys ever. I can contest to that because I got kids and I take them there, but they're like pamphlets and like little like paper things,
Like
you put
PSAs?
Right.
Yeah,
Like
it's
don't,
not good.
Don't do drugs.
Poor kids.
Don't do drugs and come and eat at Wendy's.
Wendy's is delicious, and I think it's the salt.
Yeah, see, I know you're a big fan of the breakfast. I never go for breakfast, so I don't have much to contend with on that. But dude, I love that. I that'd be a tough one, man. I think out of the burger joints, it's my favorite to go to.
Yeah, it's up there at the top for me too. Their breakfast is pretty good. It's not McDonald's breakfast, but it's
Right.
solid.
Sweet. All right.
All right. This is the tough one. Let's talk about Taco Bell. Taco Bell has been a staple of my life ever since I first tried it in Lexington, Kentucky when I was 12 years old. Taco Bell was my first job. I saw how the food was made, and I still wanted to eat there. I met a colorful cast of characters at that Taco Bell, starting off on my first day, on my first break at work, when a dude offered 16-year-old me some cocaine. I didn't do it.
I hope not.
A manager that worked there taught me how to steal from the register. One of the girls that worked there, boyfriend, came in like every other day with stolen car stereos trying to sell them to us. It was wild. I worked there long enough to buy the original PlayStation and pay for 6 months of car insurance, and then I moved on to a different job.
Damn.
But I didn't move on from Taco Bell. In my 20s, there was a Taco Bell Express in the Speedway, formerly Super America, if you guys remember that.
Oh yeah.
One of the bars we went to called Lina's was right there by it, so you'd go pop in there afterwards, and it was just chaos. Like, there's so many drunk people in this Speedway buying like just junk food everywhere. But man, you get that, yeah, anything. But you get that Taco Supreme like after you're been drinking all night. There's nothing quite like that.
No sour cream.
So, like I said before, I became a vegetarian like in my late 20s, and I was vegetarian for over 10 years. And Taco Bell was still there for me. Like, they still have vegetarian items. Like, I always got the 2 cheesy bean and rice burritos and the 7-layer burrito.
Hell yeah.
And that was my jam for years.
Beef burrito, no onions.
Now I'm an old man with kids who also love Taco Bell. My son loves a Mexican pizza, and my daughter's a burrito girl. She's 2 and gets excited whenever we drive by Taco Bell and she sees the sign. It's weird. We don't even eat there that often, but it's like something she loves about the logo. I think it's also because I own several Taco Bell shirts.
That's it. That could be it.
Anyway, I still love the cheesy bean and rice burrito all these years later, and I miss the 7-layer burrito. They should have never gotten rid of it. But Taco Bell, I love you, but it's not you, it's me. I've just changed, and I'll always remember the good times we had, and I won't remember the times that you fucked up my order.
Let us remind you on this episode of Bucky's Basement, we're breaking up with things, and Juicebox is currently breaking up with fast food one by one. He's reached the pinnacle, and it just sounds like he made this whole thing to break up with Taco Bell, because that was an incredible letter to the hardest thing that would ever come in any of our lives.
It is. I think it is it's the best. It's the top dog, right? It's the pinnacle. It's the apex restaurant for us.
Yeah, according to, Demolition Man. Awesome, 1994 movie.
You're right. It really kind of solidified.
Because in the future, all restaurants are Taco Bell, and there's a reason for that, because Taco Bell is the greatest fast food restaurant of all time. It's not even close. There's no second place.
I mean, when you go to a good Taco Bell, like there's nothing like that.
Yeah, it's great.
I mean, unfortunately, here in Madison, we have one of the worst Taco Bells.
The nation's worst Taco Bell, Madison, Tennessee.
You're lucky if it's open.
Yeah.
One day it's taking cash, the next day it's taking card only.
Yeah. The next day the whole staff's taking a smoke break, waiting 30 minutes.
One day they have chicken, one day they have beef, but they always have cinnamon twists because nobody ever orders them.
Yeah, no,
they're still from like 1996.
Yeah, they'll just cut your gums. So.
I want
to play devil's advocate real quick. Let's
Sure.
say we get picked up by Taco Bell. Let's say we get sponsored by Taco Bell
as a podcast.
We're
struggling to get this like local coffee maker on board. You want to talk about Taco Bell?
All right, fair enough. All right, screw it.
I mean, what do you want me to say? Like, I'll take their money.
Yeah,
I'm not breaking up with money.
No, you have to on YouTube. You have to eat a burrito every episode. All right,
I related to Juicebox's complete breakup because my first, federally taxed job ever was at Taco Bell.
Yeah.
And I was 15 years old, and I experienced the same thing that he did, which is this has got to be like a Taco Bell thing, which the fact that somebody taught me how to steal from people. Yeah. And it was back before like credit cards were huge, right?
Yeah,
right.
And people would come through the drive-thru and they taught you to take their money and then give them their bag of food before you give them their change, because they were saying 75% of the time that person's going to drive off because either it's so small or they forgot, right? Mm-hmm. So what we would do is take their $10, give them their bag of food, and give it like 2 or 3 seconds, and you would look at them and you'd be like, all right, they're driving off. So you would change them out and put it under the register just in case they came back in bitching, and they came back in and said, I forgot my change. We could miraculously give them the exact same change.
Damn,
even though you pull up that register and there's just like stacks of different monetary things.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how we stole. And I didn't work at fast food. I worked at a movie theater. We would sell them a Coke, right? And then later on, when we go clean theaters, we'd clean out cups, and then we'd go sell those cups and just pocket the whole cash.
That's gross.
It is, but I mean, we did wash them out.
That's unsanitary.
But we'd get the whole $1.20 or whatever it was.
So it was something similar like that for us at Taco Bell. Like it was, because this was back before there was like video screens at the drive-thru or anything like that. So whatever the total whatever the total you heard from the people was just, you took it as gospel. So it's like anytime people would order a drink, you wouldn't ring it up. You would just add $1 to whatever their total was. So for every time somebody ordered a drink, you would make $1.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That's
and
smart.
I remember like the thing that like I was like, I had been on the register for like one of the first times, and I fucked it up somehow and like came up like $5 short or something like that. And that's when the manager was like, just don't ring up the next 5 Cokes and then you'll be fine. And I was like,
that's
all right.
You just taught me how to
yeah,
cheat
exactly.
the
It's just
system.
like you taught me how. But I mean, this lady didn't give a shit. She was like cheating on her husband with some other dude that was like come up to Taco Bell and talk to her. It was was a wild. It's
like Melrose Place.
It was like
Taco Bell.
I mean, I've felt like such a sheltered kid after going to work there, because it was like, this is wild. This is the real world.
It really is, because you mentioned in your story that like some dude was like offering you cocaine and selling car stereos and like doing all this other stuff. I do remember, because that was my first job ever, right? I wanted to put a good foot forward and I wanted to do my best. And I remember the guy who trained me, I like respected the shit out of him. He was like the first guy to ever train me in a job. He trained me how to do the drive-thru. I'm going to tell 2 quick stories. One, what he didn't train me was like you had this little pack on the side in your headset. So my cousin also worked there, the same cousin from before. And he was working the front register and I was working the drive-thru. And this lady came up, and she's the typical lady that's like, I want, I don't, and I remember there were 2 buttons, one that I could talk to my cousin on the other headset and one that I would talk to the outside.
Right.
And I remember pressing the button and saying, I hope this bitch would hurry up and order. And then all of a sudden, like the feed went blank, because she drove off of that sensor that said that she was in the drive-thru.
Right.
great.
She pulled around and hell broke loose. I mean, it was like open the drive-thru, and I'm like I'm like
Not even
cowering.
60. Yeah.
Like
Damn.
I'm nervous. I'm shaking. I don't know what I just did. Did I just like do something illegal? Are they gonna like put me in jail? I don't know. I was a young kid, and she opened the window, and all she wanted was all the tacos for free. And she was just like, she accepted a free meal for what I just did,
Damn,
which she
that's
could
cool.
easily do something. The second thing, that guy coached me through that entire experience, right? I mean, he was great, my trainer.
Yeah.
He calmed me down. He told me things happen. He did all these things. And then like a couple of days later, we're working together. And remember, I think this guy's the best thing that, you know, I
The
respect
best boss,
him,
right?
right?
Yeah.
You know, I'm just in a revel of this guy. And I remember a guy came in and ordered some food, and he gave it to him, and the guy said it was wrong. And then he said, I think this is what you ordered. And the guy started to like talk shit. And then all of a sudden, this guy that I fucking respected just jumped over the counter and started beating the shit out of this dude
shit.
Holy
in
shit.
front of families, in front of like, my mouth was open, right?
Damn. All right.
He wasn't there the next day or
Yeah.
any time after that. But man, I've never seen anybody just jump over a counter.
Damn.
And not the customer, the guy who's like running the whole place, right?
Man, he'd had enough.
Yeah.
That shit blew my mind.
Damn.
I remember when they introduced the gorditas, that flatbread was the greatest thing on the planet.
Sure.
Yeah.
We used to have to get there at like 5:30 in the morning to start, you know, warming up the bags of mush that it was that you're eating. I vividly remember filling up trash bags with these cinnamon twists, and then taking a can of cinnamon and putting it in this trash bag,
And just shaking it up.
and squeezing it together and just shaking this whole massive like
Cool.
30-gallon trash bag of
Yep.
cinnamon twists.
Dude, I didn't work at a Taco Bell, but there's one at my first job. It was in the same parking lot, and I ate there. I'm not kidding. This is not made up. I ate there like every day, and it got to the point I think my body was like rejecting it, and I'm not kidding. I went on like a 3-year break from Taco Bell at one point, and so I think I can do it again, but.
No.
I do love it, especially like hungover.
Dude, that's it. Like on Sunday, there's nothing better than hitting that Taco Bell app and getting some Taco Bell delivery.
Yeah.
Like, man.
Hungover Taco Bell's the best for 30 minutes, and then it ruins me at least. And I just,
Not true.
it's because we have different metabolisms, right?
I mean, who would have thought that a fast food Mexican restaurant was the greatest thing of all time? Like, you know, with burgers, you know, we got McDonald's, you've got sandwiches with Subway, you've got chicken restaurants, you've got this or that, things that we eat, barbecue.
Yeah.
Tacos, right? Tacos would be the greatest thing ever. And
I mean,
everything. The double-decker taco, to me, is probably
gone.
the greatest menu item of all
great,
time.
dude. The Mexi Melt.
They try to get the Mexi Melt gone.
Yeah.
The gordita is gone. Like
Now
the
the-
greatest things that they've created, the Mexican pizza, they tried to fucking get
It's
rid
gone-
of, and
it's
now
gone the way-
it came
it's like
back.
it's like
Yeah.
the McRib.
Nacho Bel Grande was my grandmother's favorite, and I've come to love that.
Sure.
I mean, it's just nachos, right, with a bunch of shit on top of it.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes those beans are like, come on, man. On the Nacho Bel Grande, it's like a brick.
I mean, they had nachos. You could just get chips and cheese, man.
I know.
You can't do that
I'm a
anywhere
huge
else.
fan too, man. I'm a huge
They have
fan
the
too.
greatest hot sauce, the greatest sauces to me in the world.
Yeah.
I have
hot sauce is good.
I go to the grocery store and order the big bottles of Taco Bell hot sauce that's in my fridge.
Dude,
No
when I
shit.
first discovered that, I was like, fucking hell yeah, the hot sauce is the best.
So
need to do that.
but you're not going to break up with the sauce, right?
I mean, I don't.
This thing makes me nervous because did y'all ever like the Doritos tacos? I never ate
Yeah.
those. Do you like them?
I had them. But
Oh, well, they have the Doritos tacos at the store now, so we buy those and use them for like homemade tacos sometimes. I guess I've never done Doritos tacos at Taco Bell. Because honestly, like, as much as I love Taco Bell, I stay away from the beef. I don't fuck with the beef, man.
Really?
Yeah, because it's weird.
I know I know it's
Right.
how it's made.
Yeah.
I've seen it, and
Yeah.
I know how the
Yeah.
beans are made, which is even worse.
Yeah,
to me.
I mean, they're just
Um,
dehydrated beans that they like reboil or whatever.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, it's not great, But I don't know. It's the one thing I just stay away from because I don't really like it that much anyway. Like if I get any type of meat there, it's usually chicken.
Yeah.
Chicken tacos are good.
Chicken quesadilla.
Chicken quesadilla.
Yeah. Chicken burritos. I like it all, literally.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all pretty good.
There's a reason that in like we said, it became every restaurant in the future in one of our greatest movies of all time.
Won the fast food wars.
The fast food wars, yeah.
Taco Bell. All hail Taco Bell.
Well, all right. So, so you break up with it. Let's say, I'm not going to push hard on it because, I support you. I think it's a good thing.
I don't, it's going to be tough probably. As
Sure.
much, but the thing is, like, it probably, the way I've talked on this podcast today, it probably makes it sound like I eat fast food like all the time. I eat it like once a week probably.
Right.
So,
Same.
like, it's not going to be that much of a change to like give it up.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's just like those couple times where it's like I didn't eat lunch at work and I'm like running home or something, or like I'm on my way home and I stop by Wendy's and get some food, or stop by Taco Bell and get some food.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's the reason fast food was invented, because it's convenient.
Yeah.
And that convenience is like something that humans like thrive on, right? It's like you're moving all the time. I don't have time to fucking go in my kitchen and cut up an avocado and do all this shit, right? I'm driving from this meeting to this meeting, or this thing to this thing I have to do.
Yeah.
And man, that fucking, that McDonald's is right
chili-
there, and
that chili cheese pup.
and that drive-thru's empty right now. And
Yeah.
that's what I look at.
I understand.
It's
It
like,
is
if the
very
drive-thru's
convenient.
full, I'm going to keep going.
But there's a sacrifice, and that's your health, man.
It is, I guess, in the long run, we're all
I
going to
forgot.
die from
Different-
something.
We have different digestive tracts.
Okay,
You're right.
I'm sorry. My grandmother lived to be like 87 years old, and she took me to fast food restaurants all the time when I
That's
was a kid.
before they changed the fry recipe, dude.
You could say that, and they could say that too, right? 99-cent
I'm
heart
playing.
attack or
I'm
whatever. But I have no intention of living to be 87. That's a long
we can
time,
see that.
right? Exactly. So until then, I'm going to continue to enjoy. I will never, ever, ever break up with fast food, and I'm declaring that right now.
All right, man.
yeah.
Good for you. This is just for me. I'm not trying to convince you guys to do it. It's like when I became a vegetarian, I wasn't doing it and like trying to shame other people into being a vegetarian.
Right.
It was just like for health reasons.
So we're way over an hour, right? So I was gonna do honorable mentions, but I think we'll just skip it.
Now let's go ahead and do honorable mentions.
You
Fuck
want
it.
to?
Yeah.
I was thinking, all right. What about Dairy Queen?
Oh, I forgot about Dairy Queen.
No, that's only ice cream. If you get any food there, garbage.
They had a chicken basket, and it was fucking great.
It was not great.
All right, Whataburger. We talked about Whataburger.
Gross.
So-
Tastes like Sonic. You didn't bring up Sonic. I think it's the same.
I don't ever really eat at Sonic except for like their sweet stuff. Like, and even then, like I feel like it's not great.
Yeah.
Like Dairy Queen has better sweets than Sonic.
Okay.
Whataburger is, I think it's not all that hype.
All right. Jack in the Box. We kind of all shat on Jack in the Box,
Fuck
right?
no.
I ate a lot of it in high school. Freaking.
I'm putting the foot down there. Fuck no. You have way too many menu items. That shit can't be good.
You're right. Yeah.
We didn't have Jack in the Box in Lexington growing up, so I would like have never. I don't think that I've ever eaten there. And if I have, it's just one time, and I've more or less forgotten about it.
Yeah, they started popping up in maybe like mid to late 90s. What about Culver's? Have y'all eaten at a Culver's?
I'm not rich.
I've eaten there like one time, but I don't even know where one is now. So I couldn't even even if I wanted to try it, I don't even know.
In fancy places.
Yeah.
It's a fancy fast food.
There's one in Clarksville.
It's like fancier backyard burger or something.
Yeah, it kind of feels that way. Butter burgers. All right. Cookout.
They got bomb ass shakes. They got the bomb shakes.
They also teeter on the line of too many menu items.
Oh, really? I don't know. It's been a while.
Just don't order any of that. Just order a milkshake.
All right. I guess this kind of goes in hand. Fat Moe's. All right.
I don't know if I've ever even eaten at Fat Moe's.
What
That's a
about
local
Panda
thing.
Express?
My kids are obsessed with it, and I think it's delicious.
Okay. But it's fast food, right?
It's fast food that's also, is that Chinese food?
So-
like kind of like with the MSG or whatever that makes you hungry like 2 hours later.
Is Panda Express fast food?
It's fast food. It's got a drive-through, and they are very fast. They're also in malls,
it's just
like
sitting in those
courtyard
pans.
where all the food is.
All right, fair enough.
Panda Express is definitely fast food.
I never
Also,
I've maybe
shout
eaten
out
there like one time.
Yeah. My kid eats it. So somehow now we're eating it. Anyway, all right. And my last one was Fazoli's, only because
That's just,
it's got just looking around Rivergate.
Man, Fazoli's is one of those restaurants that like I forgot existed until I
Exactly.
went to Rivergate when I moved here. It was like, holy shit, Fazoli's does still exist.
Dude,
and it's
but
still open out there.
in the late 80s, early 90s, it was the fucking thing to do.
For
right?
sure.
You went to Fazoli's. I got the 2 slice
that
pizza,
double
slice pizza, and they would just bring you breadsticks to your table.
Forever.
Like,
Forever
remember.
breadsticks.
you could just fill up on. Your parents took you there just to fill up on bread.
Yeah.
and it was cheap, but it was delicious and it
Yeah.
was just well put together. Fazoli's was the shit. I haven't been there since in the 2000s. Is what I'm going to say.
Yeah, it's been years, man. But yeah, I remember it fondly. So
Finally.
I think that was all I got, man.
We're excited to do these every single week on Bucky's Basement, or every single month, once weekly. We've hoped you've liked our series of Casting Cage and these breakup letters, and all of our fast pitches, which are a lot of fun to do. Whatever it is, feel free to just keep telling people, man.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say like, rate, and subscribe and all that stuff, even though I just did. Just tell people about Bucky's Basement. We could be some of your long-lost friends. Also, we're on YouTube every single week, so you can look at us. You can look at the evolution of Bucky's Basement, because it grows and it changes every week. Fuck, since I started this, I got a whole new tattoo.
Man, I was just editing an episode the other day and was like, oh shit, he doesn't have the tattoo in this episode.
Yes, exactly. So it's a lot of fun, but thanks guys for tuning in, and we are going to see you each and every week.
Yeah, peace.
I'm at the Pizza Hut.
What?
I'm at the Taco Bell.
What?
I'm at the combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell.
I'm at the Pizza Hut.
What?
I'm at the Taco Bell.
Nah.
I'm at the combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell.
Wait, we're at the Pizza Hut.
What?
We're at the Taco Bell.
What?
We're at the combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell.
We at the Pizza Hut.